Dear students, in the previous video lecture, I discussed the previous year GATE questions on transient circuit analysis. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss steady state analysis, that is sinusoidal steady state analysis. So here we will discuss what is sinusoidal steady state analysis. Then we will discuss some basics of alternating circuits. Then we will discuss one most important concept of alternating circuits, that is resonance. So let's start with the basics. What is the meaning of steady state analysis? Analysis means to find the voltage and current in every elements of the network. A steady state means your circuit will be in a steady state. Now why it is sinusoidal? Why are you taking sinusoidal function? So let us see the reason. Sinusoidal function is an eigenfunction. It is an eigenfunction. Now what is the meaning of eigenfunction? If you are having a linear time invariant system, this is LTI system, and here if you are providing a sinusoidal input, that means P sin omega t, then this will give you an output of Q sin omega t plus minus phi. So sinusoidal function is the only function that is giving you the output of same frequency. That means if you are applying the frequency of 50 Hz, so here also you will get the output frequency of 50 Hz. Only the magnitude and it will shift the phase of the system. Clear? So that's why sinusoidal function is taken in all the alternating circuits. Clear? So now let us see some basics of AC circuits, that means voltages and currents. AC circuits. So now in AC circuits, suppose you are having a voltage supply, and you are having a resistor and inductor connected in the circuit, connected in series with the circuit. Now this voltage supply is sinusoidal and its value will be Vm sin omega t. Now what is Vm? Vm is the peak value. Now if you divide the Vm by root 2, then you will get RMS value. That means RMS value will be equal to Vm divided by root 2. Now what will happen? When you connect a supply, a current IT will start flowing in the circuit. So now if you write the expression for current IT, then current IT will be equal to Vs divided by R plus j omega L, because here the reactance of the inductor is j omega L and here resistance of resistor is R. So now what will you see? You will see that here you see the phase angle of voltage is how much? Omega t minus 0. That means here you can write V at the angle 0 degree. But when you see the angle of current, so you will see that the current lags behind voltage in the case of inductor. So why it happens? Current is lagging behind the voltage in the case of inductor. You know the property of inductor. Inductor acts as open circuit when supply is connected. That means the moment the supply started increasing, suppose you have given the voltage supply like this one. So the moment the voltage started increasing, the inductor is behaving like open circuit. Now gradually the current will start increasing in the inductor. So that's why when you are giving AC supply, so you see the current in the inductor is lagging by some angle. Clear? Next, if you talk about capacitor, so here what will happen? You will get some current like I at the angle, some phase angle, and it will be negative. It will be negative. If it is pure inductor, then here the angle will be minus 90 degree, or if it is the combination of resistor and inductor, then the angle will lie between 0 to minus 90 degree. Now take a RC circuit. Take a RC circuit. So for RC circuit, the expression for current will be Vs divided by R plus 1 upon j omega c. R plus 1 upon j omega c. So here in the case of inductor, here you will see current will be at the angle of positive. There will be the positive phase angle in the case of capacitor. Why? Because when you are giving some voltage supply, suppose you are giving, when you are giving some current, suppose you are giving some current in the capacitor. So what happens? The capacitor acts as short circuit initially. When the capacitor is acting as short circuit initially, then you will see the voltage across the capacitor will be 0. So voltage across the capacitor will be 0 means what? You are applying some current in the capacitor, but voltage is initially 0 and it starts increasing gradually. So here in the case of capacitor, current is leading. Current is leading in the case of capacitor. Clear? Now let us take a RLC circuit. Let us take a series RLC circuit. Series RLC circuit. If you are taking a series RLC circuit, R, L and C are connected in series. You are having a voltage source. It is Vm sin omega t. This is R, this is L, this is C. So current IT will start flowing through the circuit, and you will see there is a voltage drop of plus minus. You will see the voltage drop of plus minus, it is VL. There is the voltage drop VL. Clear? Now in the case of capacitor, the voltage drop will be opposite. Why? Because if you write the value of VL will be nothing but IT into j omega L. Now if you write VC, so VC will be what? IT into 1 upon j omega C. So 1 by j can be written as minus j. So here it is IT into minus j divided by omega C. So because of this minus sign, you will see the voltage across the inductor. Suppose if the voltage across the inductor is 200 volt in this direction, then you will see there will be the voltage across capacitor of suppose 100 volt in this direction. That means it will be just opposite of the voltage across inductor. Clear? So here you will see a beautiful phenomena in RLC circuit. This phenomena is called resonance, and this is very important topic of network theory, that is resonance. So first let us see what is the meaning of resonance. What is resonance? Somebody says that in the case of resonance, the power factor of the circuit is unity. Okay, the power factor of the circuit is unity, but this is not the definition of resonance. This is not the actual definition of resonance. If you write the definition of resonance, so you write resonance is a phenomena in electrical circuit, where inductor and capacitor exchanges energy with each other, with each other. And then you write at resonance, the circuit behaves like pure resistive circuit, and hence its power factor will be unity. Now they are saying resonance is a phenomena where inductor and capacitor exchanges energy with each other. That means, suppose you are giving a voltage RMS value 200 volt. If you are applying a 200 volt AC supply, so you will see that the whole 200 volt will be appeared across the resistor. The whole 200 volt will appear across the resistor, and you will see that there will be the voltages across the inductors and capacitors. Like suppose this will be your 500 volt minus plus, and here will be 500 volt. It is 500, this one is 500, this one is 200. So you will see such kind of condition in resonance. That means you are applying 200 volt. The complete 200 volt will be appeared across the resistor, and here across the inductor and capacitor you are getting very higher voltages of magnitude 500 volt, 1000 volt. So why it happens? We'll see the reason. Now you can think if you are applying 200 volt and you are getting 500 volt or 1000 volt, then this type of circuit will be very useful for you. This circuit will be very useful for you because you are having the voltage source of 200 volt, and suppose there is a requirement of 500 or 600 voltage for the circuit, then what will you do? You will have the resonating circuit like this. If you are having the resonating circuit like this, then you can get 500 or 600 voltages. So let us see how can you get the voltage. For this, I am writing the impedance of this circuit. RLC circuit. If you write impedance is equal to R plus j omega L minus 1 upon minus j upon omega c. Clear? Omega is the frequency of supply. Next, now what happens? This is the real part and this is the imaginary part. Now if you make imaginary part equal to 0, that means j into omega L minus 1 upon omega c will be equal to 0. From here you will get omega square equal to 1 upon LC, and from here you will get omega equal to 1 upon under root LC. Clear? So what does it mean? You are having resistor, inductor and capacitor. You are having a supply having frequency omega. Now you cannot change the frequency of supply, but you can select the values of inductors and capacitors. So if you select the value of inductor and capacitor in such a way that this frequency omega, suppose this is omega 314 radian per second. This is your 314 radian per second. So if you select the value of L and C in such a way that 1 by under root LC is equal to 314 radian per second, then what will happen? This imaginary term will be 0. Then this whole imaginary term will be 0. So this phenomena is called resonance. This condition is called resonance. So when resonance occurs, at that time Z will be equal to how much? Z will be equal to R. Z is becoming equal to R. It means what? It means circuit is purely resistive. Second thing, If the circuit is purely resistive, then you can say power factor is unity. Power factor of the circuit is unity. Clear? So now what about current? What about current? If you write current IT, it will be equal to how much? V. If I am writing the RMS value of this voltage, so it is V divided by R only. V divided by R only. But before resonance, you are writing the expression for current. It was equal to V divided by R plus j omega L minus j upon omega C. That means there was some finite value of this imaginary term. So because of this finite value, the whole term was greater than R. So the current was less. But at the condition of resonance, Z equal to R means it is minimum impedance. This is the condition of minimum impedance. Now at minimum impedance, current will be maximum. So in the case of series RLC circuit at resonance, the current is maximum, impedance is minimum, power factor is unity, Z is equal to R. So now let us draw the graph of impedance and current. Let us draw the graph of impedance and current. So first I am drawing the graph of impedance. Z, this is Z versus omega. So now if you plot the graph of R, so R is a constant value, it is independent of omega. But when you are plotting the graph of XL, that means inductive reactance, so it is equal to how much? XL is equal to omega into L. So this is the graph of XL equal to omega into L. Now if you plot the graph of XC, it is coming like this one. This is a graph of XC equal to 1 upon omega C. So now there is a point where this is the point where XL is equal to XC. So this point is called point of resonance, and frequency of this resonance is represented by omega naught. This frequency is called resonant frequency. This frequency is called resonant frequency. So this is the graph of R, XL and XC. So if you got the graph of R, XL and XC, then somebody asks you to plot the graph of Z versus omega t, then what will be the graph? You will simply add these terms. So if you are adding, so you will get the graph like this one. Now see, this is the part omega naught. Now here, if the frequency omega naught, if first condition is if omega is less than omega naught. So what do you know? XL is equal to how much? XL is equal to omega L. XC is equal to 1 upon omega C. So if omega is less than omega naught, then what will happen? XL will be less, but at the same time XC will be more. That means if you see this axis, so left part of this axis, in the left part of this axis, you will see XC is greater than XL. But at the right part of omega naught, this axis, you will see XL is greater than XC. Now what does it mean? You see, you are having R, L and C. So you see R, XL, XC. Now if capacitive reactance is more than inductive reactance, then the circuit will behave like what? if this reactance is dominating, suppose R is 10 ohm plus this is J2 and this one is for capacitive reactance, it is minus J4, then the circuit will be behaving like what? This circuit will be behaving like RC circuit. So RC circuit means what? RC circuit means here the current will be lagging. So you can say leading, current will be leading. So current will be leading means you can say leading power factor. Leading power factor. Here the power factor will be leading. So similarly here inductive reactance is dominating. That means here it will be lagging power factor. Here it will be lagging power factor. Clear? Here it will be lagging power factor. Clear? So now you have to draw the graph of current I. So if you draw the graph of current I, the graph of current I will be like graph of current I, IT versus omega. So I is equal to V divided by Z. I is equal to V divided by Z. That means the point where Z is minimum, I will be maximum, and if Z is maximum, I will be minimum. I equal to V by Z. Z maximum, I minimum. That means the graph will be like this one. Graph will be like this one. Clear? This is your omega naught. At this time the current will be maximum and this current is value is I naught. At resonating frequency the current will be maximum and this current is I naught. Clear? Now if this current is I naught, now I am defining two more frequencies. This is your omega 1, this is your omega 2, or you can also say omega L, omega H. These two frequencies are called cutoff frequency. Omega 1 and omega 2 are called cutoff frequency. So what is the meaning of cutoff frequency? At cutoff frequency you will see the value of current is equal to I naught divided by root 2. The value of current is equal to I naught divided by root 2. Clear? At cutoff frequency V naught I naught by root 2 the value of current. This is lower cutoff frequency. Omega H your higher cutoff frequency. Clear? So if at cutoff frequency, I naught is equal to I naught divided by root 2. It means what? It means at cutoff frequency power will be equal to how much? Power is nothing but I square into R. So here the active power dissipated will be how much? I naught square divided by 2 into R. I naught square R divided by 2. That means the power will be P max divided by 2. That means at cutoff frequency you see power is equal to how much? Power is equal to P max divided by 2. Here you are getting P max and here the power is P max divided by 2. Here the P max divided by 2. That means this cutoff frequencies are also called omega 1 and omega 2 are also called half power frequency. Half power frequency. Omega 1 and omega 2 are also called half power frequency. Its another name you will see in the book. It is also called 3 dB frequency. It's also called 3 dB frequency because if you take the log 20 log magnitude, then here you will see that there will be the drop of 3 dB. There will be the drop of 3 dB. So its name is 3 dB frequency. Clear? So this is about cutoff frequency. Now we have to write some expressions and relations between frequencies, and I am going to define one more term, that is quality factor. So let us see. Series RLC circuit. I am going to define one term, quality factor. So what is quality factor? What is the meaning of quality factor? Quality factor means, see, you are having a resistor, inductor and capacitor. Clear? This is the voltage supply V. So what you see, at the condition of resonance, you are getting the V volt across here. Now you are getting the voltage plus minus VL, you are getting minus plus VC, you are getting minus plus VC. Now since you are going to design the circuit, you are going to design this circuit intentionally. You are intentionally designing the circuit to achieve maximum voltage across inductor and capacitor. So that means here you see that voltage across inductor will be V and VL will be much higher than V. So VL is greater than V. If VL is greater than V, that means you can say this is inductors and capacitors are what? Energy storing element, and this is here the power is being dissipated. The power is being dissipated. That means you are going to make a circuit in which across one element power is being dissipated, across another element power is being stored. So quality factor Q, it is represented by Q naught. It is the ratio of energy stored divided by energy dissipated. Energy stored divided by energy dissipated. So you know current is same. So simply this quality factor will be the ratio of VL. Here I am writing only magnitude divided by V, or it will also be equal to VC divided by V. Q naught is equal to VL by V, or it is VC by V. This is current I. So what is value of VL? What is value of VL? VL, that means omega naught L into I divided by the value of V. V is equal to how much? Nothing but I into R. So here it is I R. Or you can also write as, so here it will be equal to omega naught L by R. Quality factor is coming omega naught L by R. Or if you write simply VC by V, so from here you will see VC, that means 1 upon omega naught C into I divided by I into R. So from here you are getting omega naught 1 upon omega naught RC. 1 upon omega naught RC. Clear? 1 upon omega naught RC. Now put the value of omega naught. Omega naught is your 1 upon under root LC into L by R. So from here you will get 1 upon R under root L by C. From here also if you put the value 1 by under root LC, so from here also you will get 1 upon R under root L by C. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is quality factor of the circuit is equal to omega naught L by R, or it is equal to 1 upon omega naught RC, and the whole term is equal to 1 upon R under root L by C. 1 upon R under root L by C. This is the expression for quality factor in series RLC circuit. We will discuss later about parallel RLC circuit. This is about series RLC circuit. This is the expression of quality factor. Clear? So once you got the expression of quality factor, so next we write the expression for bandwidth. So what is the meaning of bandwidth? You see, you are having the circuit like this one. You are having the circuit like this one. So now you are getting I naught by root 2. Here also you are getting I naught by root 2. Clear? That means here power is P max. Here the power is Pm by root 2. So now there is the boundary of frequency. This is the omega 1, omega 2. This is the boundary of frequency, and the range of this boundary is called bandwidth. That means if your frequency, suppose treat the circuit like a filter. So here if you are applying the voltage, then what will happen? You will get the power which is equal to more than 50%. That means if you are applying a voltage supply, then you will get a power which is more than 50% of maximum power if your frequency lies between omega 1 to omega 2. That means if your frequency lies in this bandwidth, then the current will be maximum or it will be more than 1 by root 2. If the frequency is beyond this range, then the current will be less. That means this type of circuits are being used in filters, AC main filters. This type of circuits are being used in noise filters, where you have to reduce the noise. That means if you are having the signals of different frequencies and only the desired range of frequencies are needed to pass through the system, then you will connect a series RLC circuit, resonating circuit. There it will stop some of the frequencies and it will allow to pass other frequencies in the system. Clear? In the system. So this is called bandwidth. This is also used in radio and televisions for tuning circuits. These circuits are used in tuning circuits in radio and television. So I am writing for bandwidth. So I am writing another formula, Q naught. It is equal to omega naught divided by del omega. Omega naught divided by del omega. Here del omega is nothing but bandwidth. Del omega is nothing but bandwidth. So from here, if you calculate bandwidth del omega, it will be equal to omega naught divided by Q naught. So omega naught, the value of omega naught is 1 upon R under root L by C, or you can simply write it is omega naught divided by, for Q naught you write omega naught L upon R. So from here you will get bandwidth equal to R by L. Bandwidth of the system is coming R upon L. Bandwidth of series RLC circuit is coming R by L, which is the nothing but the reverse of time constant of RL circuit. The time constant of RL circuit is L by R. So here bandwidth is coming R by L. Bandwidth is coming R by L. Clear? So this is all the relationships you have to practice, so that you can always remember the different relationships of series resonating circuit. So one more thing. Now what do you mean by amplifier? Amplifier means if you are giving some signal, input signal, then if this signal is being amplified, that means if the power of this signal is being increased, then this signal is called amplifier. So here what do you see? Here you see you are applying 200 volt and here you are getting 1000 volt. Here you are getting 1000 volt. That means you can say this circuit is acting as voltage amplifier. This circuit is acting as voltage amplifier. So write one more thing. It is voltage amplifier. This circuit is voltage amplifier. Which circuit? Series RLC circuit. Series resonating circuit is your voltage amplifier. Clear? Next, let us discuss parallel RLC circuit. Let us discuss parallel RLC circuit. Parallel RLC circuit. Now what happens in parallel RLC circuit? You are having resistor, you are having inductor, you are having capacitor R, L and C. You are having a voltage supply. Current I is coming out through this R, L and C. So here it will be IR, it will be IL, here it will be IC. So now you have to check the condition for resonance in this parallel RLC circuit. So let us see how to check. Here you can write admittance. Admittance is equal to 1 upon Z and it will be equal to 1 upon R plus 1 upon J omega L plus J omega C. Instead of writing impedance, I am writing admittance, which is the reverse of impedance. So here it will be this term. Clear? So here it is real part plus j into imaginary part. Now make imaginary part equal to 0. So if you are making imaginary part equal to 0, 1 upon, you see imaginary part, that means you can also write 1 by j will be written as minus j divided by omega L. So here you see the real part is equal to 1 upon r plus j into omega c minus 1 upon omega L. So if you make imaginary part equal to 0, you will get omega c will be equal to 1 upon omega L. From here omega naught is equal to 1 upon under root LC. This is the resonant frequency in radian per second. Somebody asks you in hertz, then you write 1 upon 2 pi under root LC in hertz. So this is the resonant frequency, and you are getting same resonant frequency in the case of RLC circuit. Next, what happens? At resonance, y is equal to how much? 1 upon r, because this term is 0. Because this term is 0. If y is equal to 1 by r, that means here you can see this is the condition of minimum admittance. Minimum admittance. Now what about impedance? At this condition impedance will be equal to z equal to r, which will be the condition of maximum impedance in the circuit. Maximum impedance in the circuit. Clear? Next, if you write the current, so current will be equal to V into Y. So here it is V by R. Now you see admittance is minimum, that means current will also be minimum in this condition. Impedance is maximum, that means minimum current. That means you see these parts are just the opposite of series RLC circuit. Clear? Parallel RLC circuit is coming just opposite of series RLC circuit. Now what do you see? The voltages are equal, but currents are different. If the value of currents are different, then we can say that this circuit might be behaving like a current amplifier. So let us check about the current IL and IC. Let us check about the current IL and IC. So what is the value of IL? Current IL will be how much? Current IL will be equal to V. I am simply writing the magnitude of current, V into admittance of this branch. What is value of admittance? It is equal to 1 upon omega L. So V upon omega L is the admittance of this branch. Similarly, if you write IC, so IC will be equal to V upon 1 by omega C. That means V into omega naught C. V into omega naught C. So what do you see? You see voltage, suppose V is applied like the voltage applied, suppose this voltage is equal to 100 volt. So now here see 100 is being multiplied with omega naught into C. That means you will see if this current I is 100 ampere, so here you will see this current might be 500 ampere. This current will also be 500 ampere. That means here you can say this circuit is acting like current amplifier. This circuit is acting like current amplifier. This circuit is acting like current amplifier. Clear? So next let us see further derivations. So first let us see about quality factor. So if you write quality factor Q naught, so Q naught will be here IL divided by I, or it will be equal to IC divided by I. So IL, what is the value of IL? IL will be written as V divided by omega naught L divided by I. What is value of I? I will be nothing but V divided by R. V divided by R. So from you are getting R divided by omega naught L. R divided by omega naught L, or if you write IC upon I, you get IC is equal to V omega naught C divided by divided by V by R. So you are getting omega naught RC. So you are getting quality factor for parallel resonance circuit is equal to R upon omega naught L, or you are getting omega naught RC, omega naught RC, omega naught RC. You are getting omega naught RC. Clear? So this is the value of quality factor. That means it is just opposite. It is coming just opposite of that you obtain in the case of series RLC circuit. Clear? So now what will happen? R by omega naught L, R upon omega naught L. So from here you will get, if you put the values, R divided by omega naught is 1 by under root LC into L, 1 by under root LC into L. So from here you will get R under root C by L. From here you will get R under root C by L. It is also just opposite as that of series RLC circuit. Clear? It is coming opposite. Now we have to draw the curve graphs for current, impedance, current and impedance. So let us see, and from there we will see the bandwidth of the system. Then we will see bandwidth of the system. So if you see the graph of current, I am directly draw the graph of current here, current versus omega. So here you will see the value of the graph will be like this one. Graph will be like this one. This is part omega naught. This is your omega naught. Here the current is minimum, and if omega naught, and then you will see two more points, omega naught and omega 1 and omega 2. This is omega 1, this is omega 2. So here what you see? Here you see that this circuit is going to reject some of the range of frequencies. This circuit is going to reject some of the range of frequency. That means in previous circuit the curve was just like this one. That means the frequency range of frequency was lying between omega 1 and omega 2. At that time the signal was being passed. But here you will see this signal is being rejected. These signals will be passed, and if the frequency range falls between omega 1 to omega 2, this signal will be rejected. So you can write parallel RLC circuit is acting like a band reject filter. Band reject filter means the filter that rejects some particular band of frequency. You will simply write series RLC circuit as band pass filter. It will be as band pass filter. Clear? So you got band reject filter and band pass filter. This is about parallel RLC circuit. Clear? So now we have to write for bandwidth. You will write again Q naught is equal to omega naught divided by del omega. So from here del omega will be equal to omega naught, that means 1 upon under root LC divided by Q naught. Q naught is equal to R under root C by L. So from here what you get? You get under root L will be cancelled out. So from here it is coming 1 upon RC. Here it is coming 1 upon RC bandwidth. That means here the reverse of time constant of RC circuit. In the case of series RLC circuit, bandwidth what? Reverse of time constant of series RL circuit. Here it is reverse of time constant of series RC circuit. Clear? So let us do the comparison. Series RLC circuit. This is parallel resonance circuit. Parallel resonance circuit, RLC. Here series RLC circuit, it is also a resonance circuit. So here the first thing you see, omega naught equal to 1 upon under root LC. Here also omega naught equal to 1 upon under root LC. Second thing you see, Q naught is equal to omega naught L upon R. Here you see omega naught equal to R upon, here you see Q naught is equal to R upon omega naught L, or here you can see it was also equal to 1 upon R under root L by C. Here it is equal to R under root C by L. R under root C by L. Clear? Third part you see, this is voltage amplifier. This is voltage amplifier. This circuit is current amplifier. This was called band pass filter. This is your band reject filter. This is your band reject filter. Clear? Then you see at resonance I is maximum. Here you see at resonance I is minimum. Clear? 6. Bandwidth is equal to R by L. Here you see bandwidth is equal to 1 upon RC. Bandwidth is equal to 1 upon RC. So these are some basic differences between series RLC circuit and parallel RLC circuit. Clear? So in next video lecture, I'll discuss some numerical questions on this topic, that means series resonance and parallel resonance. Then I'll discuss some more resonance circuits. That means the next class will discuss some circuits like this one, R and L. Here it is R and C. So we'll derive the equations for resonance for these different types of circuits, and we'll discuss the numerical questions on this type of circuits also. Clear? So this is all about your series and parallel resonance circuit.